A big apology for the breaking transmission. You're still watching Big Talk here on Global Television. Many thanks for staying with us on the program. Dr. Ibrahim, thanks so much for still staying with us on the program. Give us a more understanding about that level of participation and which has already turned violence. Government had warned about looting. Government had warned about people hijacking the protests, but we saw some level of, we saw the protest to another level in that path. You were giving us an understanding of the fact that there are failure on the path of government to provide some of those things. Do you feel that that is enough for people to disrupt government properties, which it would take another government funds to finance them? Or do you also feel that in a way, to get their demands and their voices heard, going about violence was a way forward to getting their attention now?
You see, the problem is it depends on how you look at it, and it depends on how you analyze it. But practically, these boys or their generation, they have been cheated because they are not given proper education, and any society that does not have education, virtually it will behave the same way. These boys, or I can say their generation, have become drug addicts, and it doesn't concern anybody. When you look at the people who are mostly doing that, you find out that majority of them are not in their senses, and they are addicts and they are criminals, and it is the same politician that turned them like that. So we are just paying the price for what we saw. So, and virtually majority of the blame is supposed to go to the governors. It is the governors who are supposed to do what is right.
Because the governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, said that the Ember governance protest is a wake-up call to the leaders in the north. He's also trying to apportion some blame. Does it look that there's a failure from the part? Because the reason I'm asking this question is because some person will say, we had a president from the north. Why didn't he address the challenges and the problems of the north?
You see, you are saying that you have a president from the north. Is it not always Nigeria? Does he come to work for North?
No, but there's some preferences that some persons have to their region.
That is very uneducated. Mr. President, whenever he has taken an oath that he's going to serve Nigeria, and every part of Nigeria is his own.
High level of, appointment in the administration was 80% of them, or 70% of them appointment by Buhari's administration came from the north.
Yes.
So it means that some leaders who understands, the pains and the challenges of the people of the north are in this, are in the cabinet. So they ought to have probably. We also saw the fact that there was some level of favoritism to that part. So we ought that these things would have been addressed.
No. You see, any person that is talking like that, we call it beer parlor talk.
But is what is in practice?
Well, what
Tinubu is in government today. We have more Yoruba people in government.
Let me tell you, even if he is going to pull the whole Yoruba, it will never change. Even if Buhari pulls the whole of Northern, even the whole of his family, he will never change. One, we are working with the Constitution. One, there is a National Assembly. One, there is a budget. Second, there is Ministry of Finance. Third, there is Monitoring and Evaluation Department. And whatever he do, he will pass it. It is the lawmakers who represent everybody that will question the budget. So when you say why he didn't develop, how is it when he is there, is he for the North? He is for the whole Nigeria. Well, appointments can be the whole of his family. We agree. Appointment can be the whole of his. Yes, those are people he has been together for a long period of time. They have been supporting him. They have been doing one thing or the other. They are at the same party. Well, I'm not in the same party with you. And you are expecting me to pick you? Well, you are always against me. Well, we are not the same party. Then the person that spent his money, spent his time, go to campaign. That is the democracy dividend. That follow me. If I win, you take this. This one take that.
How about allocation? Because
allocation.
Go to the National Assembly. You saw the recent debate where Senator Ndume said what was allocated to him is lesser, where some senators and like Senate President add more allocation to their constituent. We had a nothing certain, Senate President.
That is
these are the angle I'm talking of. If you look at the budget, it means that a lot of things were pushed to the north.
No.
So where are they? Are they missing?
No, let me tell you. You have not been closer to the government. That is why you are talking like this. A lot of people from southern part of Nigeria wanted to come. It is when they came, they find out. And a lot of people from northern part of Nigeria, it is when they came, they find out how governance, a reality it is. You can't take something and say this is yours or you can do.
No, it's
the only thing that it happens, it is this time around that we have seen no shame what the Senate President has done.
So these allocations in this administration wasn't the same in the last, in the Buhari's administration?
No, it is not.
All right, I'm going to make some verifications and probably get that budget right. But away from that,
yes,
how do you justify that the people who were actually taking this protest on our level had their rights?
Let me tell you, administration of the National Assembly is different. There is no how Tinubu will come to National Assembly and will tell Akpabio this is what he will do. And I'm sure the administration of Tinubu will not be happy, Mr. President will not be happy to hear that Akpabio will take certain percentage. A senator is a senator. And who do you fault? It is the senators. They are the one to protect themselves. They are the one to do what is right. They didn't challenge. I see it on paper. Some senators are saying, even there is a senator that he said that, yeah, some senators are bigger than others. But from what we know,
ranking senators.
Yes, there is no any ranking senator. A senator is a senator.
It has been a conventional practice in the House.
It's only here in Nigeria we do and we support and we agree with what is happening. Even that one is enough. Can't you see the utterances of the Senate President? Why he said, you they protest, we they eat.
But he said he has come out to refute that it wasn't in that context that he was making that.
What did he say? He said, you they protest, we they eat.
There was a context he was making that statement. I'm not trying to defend it, but away from that.
Yes.
The failure of the northern leaders, because if you look at the statement of the Bauchi state governor,
yes,
it means that it's a wake up. He said it's a wake up call for the northern leaders.
It's not
Nobody's gonna help. You understand about regional development.
Michael,
they have recently approved the northern. The commission that will have in charge of the development.
Let me tell you, very sorry to say, civilization came to north before it goes to the south. It's only when the European came. Before we have a lot of we have a civilization. That is why you find out that no matter what, when a northerner is there, there is some form of moderation. Unlike and there is no how a northerner will come to become a Senate President and behave the way he is behaving. You can see even the people that are handling the speech of the President, very careless, very careless. If I'm the President, I will sack all of them by just before reading to the nation. Because it was a careless statement. The President shouldn't address Nigeria in the way he addressed Nigeria.
Are you saying that broadcasts have not addressed the situation in the country?
It has not completely. What we expected.
Was it an empty broadcast?
Empty, completely.
He outlined what his administrations are doing. Local government autonomy, issue of student loan, and some of those reforms. Is it
local government autonomy? It is in his time.
But nobody had implemented that as it is now.
It's not
the financial autonomy.
Let me tell you, the financial autonomy, it was during Buhari that started doing it, and the governors, and they took him to court. And it was in the court process, only that he was lucky during his time that the verdict, Supreme Court was able to say, and you can't go and post the Supreme Court and say, give me a verdict. Do this. It has natural course and processes that it must go. It's just the same thing that what is happening in FCT. People are saying Wike is working, Wike is working. Nigeria has already gotten a loan on city upgradement. And after getting the loan, the procurement process came. Before they implemented, they went. And somebody came and met money. And met everything ready. He just started implementing. So what we are saying is that there are a lot of things that need to be. What we are saying is that it's not the failure is not only in the north. Go to the southeast, where the same Igbo are killing Igbo, where the same Igbo refusing Igbo to do business. Go to the southwest. Go to the south. Everywhere is failure of the leadership. Everyone has his own peculiar issue. We have problem of education. We acknowledge there is problem of education in the northern part of Nigeria due to population, due to our culture. You find out that somebody can marry 4 wives, and all these 4 wives will bear children.
If the economy was working, wouldn't it be a blessing to us?
No, let me tell you, even if the economy is not working, because there is no leadership. When you have, there is nothing that is more resourceful than human resources. The more human resources you have, the more economic independence you are. If you know how to use them, you have to allocate them, you have to use them in the way that you are supposed to. But here, we didn't. So what do you expect? You have graduates that are half-baked. A graduate is supposed to be, when he came out, he cannot wait for anybody to employ him. He's supposed to employ himself and employ others. But you see our graduates that everybody will be sitting waiting for employment. How? The government cannot absorb all. We don't have even a private sector.
So the policies that Tinubu is doing is not making the environment conducive for business to strive. Does it look that way?
What I'm saying, that he needs to do more. There is nobody that is not doing. He has to consult. He has to consult and bring the people with the brain.
So the ministers he hired to do the job, are they not doing the job?
The ministers, I told you, from where? They are from APC.
Well, we have some technocrats in the cabinet.
Yeah, you have some technocrats. It's the technocrats you have, but they are not experts. They are technocrats. That is what you said too.
Probably you may also misquote that in that context. But it looks that this is a man that had, they had the best team. Some people would say in Lagos, when he was the governor of Lagos, he hired the best hand to do the job. So he told Nigerians from the one that he's going to hit the street. He's going to hit the ground running from the one. And he hired the people to work. So,
but we have seen how he's running Nigeria. Everybody knows that Nigeria had never had it so rough, so very untidy. The economy has worsened like this time. Everybody knows. The person that didn't go to school knows, because he got out and buy things. He has seen how his naira has been depreciated day by day. He has seen the purchasing power of his naira. So it's not that is what you will judge your leader. And he has seen that there is no support anywhere. That is what we are talking. Change policies to be pro-poor. Change policies to have some cushions. I can fall on this table. It's hard. But when you put a form, if I'm falling, I fall with a soft cushion. That is what you call cushioning in economics. There are a lot of policies that you do practically, that you do. You know that, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do. Because really, yes, I'm increasing the fuel price. But I know there are some consequences. So those consequences, how is it going to address the poor? How is it going to affect the poor? How will he feel? How will he cope? I just finished talking to you now that I say I interview a lot of people from the private sector and the public sector. Their salary, people's salaries, every category. Nobody said that his salary is doing a week for him.
Even those who are earning 500,000 are also complaining right now.
500,000, who is earning 500,000 in public service? And in the private sector, who is going to pay 500? Well, the economy is down.
So it's not about the increase in the salaries or all of that.
The increase in the salary, I have told you many a times, is just a mirage. Because I have even give you an example. When the salary was 18,000, we used to buy bags from 7 to 11,000. Salary increased to 30,000. We buy rice at 23,000. Now, before the salary is increased, we are buying rice in Kano 75, in Abuja 85,000, and the president increased the salary to 75. So is it only rice will you buy?
In all of this,
Which means that the salary is not going to be enough. And which means that where is the president going to get this money? Which means that he has to devalue the naira. There must be devaluation.
Doctor, we are blessed with oil. If you look at Nigeria, we are blessed with oil. And there have been a concern, the fact that he ought not to have probably immediately removed subsidy away from living the corruption in the oil sector, which is quite dragging Nigerians backward. They had promised Nigerians that refineries would be put to work, and of course, it looks like it's not what is forthcoming. Does it look that? Because I've been asking this question because we need to have the clarity right from the perspective and from what you're saying. Nobody says that subsidizing fuel was a good thing, because if you look at the statistics of embezzlement, the figures that we have that has been the petrol what NNPC releases in yearly to be the cost implications of importing fuel, you understand that we were even subsidizing for our neighboring countries without knowing. Yes, every presidential candidate has subscribed to removal of the subsidy. Does it look that the president is lacking a political will to confront the corruption in that sector? Or does it look that we have so many hands who are there, and that's why they are refusing to fight? Because they're pushing a lot of hardship to the poor people, who probably the reverse would have been the case, going after the people that are disrupting the situation right now in that sector.
You talk too much. Let me tell you. You produce the oil. You have the oil, so what? Do you explore the oil? No. Is somebody exploring the oil for you? And he is telling you what he explore. He is only telling you not what he explore. You don't know what he explore. He was the person to tell you this is what he explore. Do you buy the oil? You don't buy the oil. It's somebody buying the oil. Do you determine the price? It's not you. It's somebody outside the country determining your price. Do you have the parcel to take it outside? No. It's somebody that has the vessel to take it out of the country. Do you have the... when you combat all these factors? Do you have, is your companies, is your insurance company, are they insuring from your insurance companies? No. Everything that is insured is outside the country. So when you combat all these factors, you find out what Nigeria is getting is very minimal.
But these are resources.
Yes, also your resources, because you are not ready. You are not.
What does making this sector not ready?
No, because
We have private sector like Dangote who is trying to also come up. We also have the fact.
But you have seen the challenges he is getting in his own country.
Do you admit that there is a corruption in that sector?
It's not per se corruption. There are so many things that I have talked now that you should understand.
So what are those things that are undermining these factors not to strive?
Well,
Isn't it not embedded in the word corruption?
No, it's not about corruption. It's not about corruption.
Mutilating of prices, giving us figures that are not right,
Yes.
quoting some terminologies that are not in tandem with the situation.
I was expecting when you are in Kaduna, they will tell you they call it neocolonialism.
So we are still having that in practice here.
Yes.
But they're not doing it alone.
So,
it looks like there are people that are working with them.
Yes, there are people that are working for them here, that are supporting them and working for them, and that is how it is. So you have to be bold enough to be like Iran. You have to be bold enough to be like Brazil. You have to be bold enough to be like Pakistan. You have to be bold enough to be like South Korea. We all grow like them. We all have the same independence. We all have the same development plans. Where are they? Where are we? Where is Singapore? Where is Dubai? In 1974, I know how Dubai was. It's leadership. And Nigeria, what it lacks is the leadership. You need small things to put Nigeria to the right track. So I was thinking that we are not in the economic lecture or something, but let us stay where we are. Let me tell you, the leaders has failed. They failed us, and they failed the nation, and they failed the youth. That is why you see what is happening. Nobody, it's okay. You say people dislike Tinubu, but how did he get the votes? Where did he get the votes? People that dislike him will give him the votes they gave him. He has forgotten where he has gotten, how he has come to power. The vote he got in the north is more than the vote he got in the south, or in the south, or in the southwest. Has he forgotten that? It's failure of leadership, total leadership, whether in the local government, whether in the state, whether at the federal level. Nothing is working, and everybody knows this. So you should not be just taking blame. It's the failure of the system. The system has failed. Let us acknowledge that before it's too late. Let me tell you, this thing is building day by day. Day by day. Whether we like it, whether we don't like it, it is going to boomerang. It is going to explode. And when it explodes, Nigeria, no turning back.
Two policies which are outstanding is the policy of subsidy removal. Mr. President is bent, he's not bent on going back. He said in his broadcast that I understand it is painful, but I needed to take this bold decision for the future of this country. What do you feel will look like if we are having to survive and to strive again in this same mood of over 1 year in the next 3 years? Because even if we want to take any action against Tinubu, you have to wait till 2027. Wrap it up right there before we wrap it up on the program. Doctor.
Let me tell you, take it or leave it. No matter what will happen in Nigeria, subsidy will never be removed. The moment you remove subsidy in Nigeria, that is the end of Nigeria.
Are we still paying subsidy?
Eh?
Does it look like we are still paying subsidy?
I say we are paying subsidy. But let me tell you, the day you say you are completely, you remove subsidy, there is no subsidy. Or maybe you say you come back with full subsidy as it was before. There will be no Nigeria. Because there will be no money to fund the government, and there will be breakdown of law and order. And when there is breakdown of law and order, it will happen of what is happening like in Libya. Everybody will go and create a place and say it is his place, this is his zone. Only the powerful can survive. So forget about removal of subsidy or going back to where we are. It will never be possible.
Doctor, thanks so much, Dr. Ibrahim Aminu. Of course, one man who has so many thoughts on the state of the nation. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
All right, and that's where we wrap it up on the programs. And of course, few minutes 8 to 8 p.m. News Prime comes to you here on Global Television. Do stay with us. I am Edikat Michael, and God bless Nigeria.